Hi, my name is Diane Jeffries, and today I'm going to show you, I should say, how to make this angel pendant. So I'm not sure, but on my previous video, I had done a few options with angels. And so this one here is an angel pendant that has many variations as well. Okay, it's very easy. If you make jewelry, you can make this and any level. I mean, you could be starting today and you can make this. It's very simple to make and it's pretty. I decided to put it on a Rolo chain, which I purchased the chain separately. It's a nice size link. It's stainless steel and it's called Rolo. It has like the kind of circular style to it. Okay, and I get the chain, I cut it, and then I put a lobster clasp on it, and I put a split ring on it with the lobster clasp, and then I choose to put a larger split ring on the other side because sometimes it's hard for people to get the chains on and off. Okay, but this is a nice size bail. It could hold any chain. These are plated, but they're like an antique look to them. They have an oxidation going through them, and then the head pin has like a design on it as well. So the supplies are a 2-inch head pin. This one I chose. It has a design. It's plated, has a design on the bottom. For this angel, I did a slight variation. I decided to use a lava bead. Okay, a lot of people like to use diffusers and things like that. And this lava bead, it's nice. It's a mauve color. It goes with the angel. It goes where the main bead is on this one. Okay, and you can put your favorite choice essential oil on, lavender, peppermint, whatever you like to use as essential oils. If you do use essential oils, you can put it on here and it'll absorb in there and you'll be able to smell it. Okay, and then here we have like a bead cap. This one has like 6 flower petals around it, bead cap, and I believe it's a 5mm on the top. And then the angel wings also have a heart in the middle. And it has antiqued as well. They're larger wings, larger than the gold ones that I did with the earrings and larger than the silver ones that I'm going to be posting with around the same time as this with the pink earrings. And then we have a pink glass pearl. And then the pink rhinestone halo, you see, with the pink rhinestones. Okay, so all we're going to do is take our head pin. We really only need about 1.5 inches. No, I shouldn't say that. It's probably a little more than that because this pendant's bigger. The earrings are 1.5 inches. This is probably, let's just put it on. Let's see. I think you're going to use a lot more of it. Okay, so here's the bead, the lava bead, and then we're going to put the petal bead cap. Okay, and we put the wings, very easy. We put, now we got the pearl. It's a pale pink pearl, soft pink, I should say. And then we got the rhinestone, pink rhinestone. Okay. And all we're going to do now is I am going to cut a little bit off the top here, right there. I'm going to get my flush cutters and cut that right about. I always tell everybody that I use my finger down here. I push this forward. I lay my finger here, and that's how I kind of judge it. This I'm going to take a little bit off about right there. You'll see for yourself. It depends on how big you want your loop to be. Okay, so now I'm just going to cover this. All right, that's my little piece. Okay, and now I'm just going to get my round nose pliers right here. I'm going to get to the end of this here. I'm going to go right about there on my pliers. I'm not matching it to anything like earrings, so this, you know, you can kind of do what you want with this part here. Depends on how big of a loop you want. So I'm going to bring this right to the end here, and I'm just going to turn it and turn it. Okay, so you see how it's completely deformed there. We have to flip that back up. So we're going to take our pliers again. I'm going to take the smaller round nose, and I'm going to get this to a point here on the back end. I'm going to secure it with my finger, push this, make sure it's tight, and I'm just going to flip this all up. Okay, so now we have the hook. Okay, and as you can see, we have the hook here. It's not fully closed, as you can see, and it's also crooked, so I want to straighten that out, and I want to close it as well. Okay, see that? All right, let me close that. Well, before I close it, I'm actually going to attach this. This is what I chose as my bail. It's elongated, and it is nice, and it does hold a large chain. Okay, so I'm gonna close this in there. Give me a second. Get my pliers in there, and I'm just gonna swing that around. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that closed it, you see, but we still need to straighten it out. So I'm going to go back in there again over here, and I'm going to hold everything tight, and I am going to get in there and pull it again. But I want to make sure when I did that, did I open it a little more? Little bit, but I don't think it's enough to matter. This thing is very thick. Okay, so there you go. You got your angel, okay, with the lava bead. All right, now see, not that how easy that was, and it was quick. So my chain, I cut off 18 inches usually, and I took a split ring because it goes round and round and round. I put it on the end of the Rollo. I believe this Rollo chain is about 2.5 millimeters, or at least 2 millimeters. I like it because it doesn't compete with the design of a pendant, and I also like the lobster clasp. Okay, so the chain is stainless steel, the lobster clasp is plated, and yes, I added on the split ring to the Rollo and the lobster clasp. So for this one, I try to put the chain where the lobster clasp comes on my right side. So with this particular chain, and the split ring that I chose to use at the end is pretty big, and I did that on purpose. That's very intentional, because a lot of people have a tough time finding the hole on the split ring on any O-ring or jump ring or whatever when they have a pendant. But the thing is, when I put this on, it will not come off of the pendant. So I try to make sure with the pendant, if it has a front and a back, I try to put the lobster clasps so that it ends on the right side. Okay, so this little tool right here is for a split ring opener. Okay, so I'm gonna get in there with this. Hope you could see this. Let me see right there. okay, with the nose of this, and open it up. You hear that click? Okay, it opens it up. Let me get it to the right level. And then I'm going to put this Rolo chain, the beginning of it. Let's see if I can get this here onto there. Okay, so I started it on there, and then what I do is I take this out and I just have to maneuver it. Now you could do it with the chain nose pliers too. You can hold it with the chain nose pliers and pull it like this. I'll do it whatever I decide to at the time. But you want it to get to this point in the middle, see? So this will not come off. This will slide around it, and it will slide around on this side. Okay, now that completed the, oops, we're all tangled here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I was talking about when I said that it won't come off. Okay, so first I want to show you, see how big this split ring is? Okay, and how big the lobster clasp is. So it's really easy for somebody getting ready, somebody older, and you could just don't have to ask somebody to help you find what you're trying to clip it to. Okay, and with this, it looks nice. This bail looks nice on here. It gives it a nice look. And of course, this is the diffusing one I was telling you. But what I really like about this, if for some reason this does come apart, this won't come off on the end here, you see? And yet, it won't come off on this end either. See? So that is exactly why I was trying to make sure, which on this one it doesn't matter. You can wear it this way or you can wear it this way. So it didn't necessarily apply to this, but if you were making another pendant that had a front and back and you were using a bail of this type, or you were making your own chain, you do want to pay attention to where you put the lobster clasp, because most people have their strength in their right hand, and it makes it a lot easier for them to open. And I overcompensate, I always do, with the size of the lobster clasp, especially if it's plated. Okay, if it's sterling silver, I understand. Sterling silver is a lot more money. Gold is a lot more money. But if it's plated, try to overcompensate for the lobster clasp or spring clasp, make them bigger. And the split rings, you know, do a split ring if you can at the ends, because you don't have to worry about, no matter what, the chances of the person losing this isn't, you know, it's probably not going to happen. And the Rolo chain, because it's a bigger Rolo, it connects real well to that too. So you got this one. It's the diffuser that we just made. Look, it only took about 6-7 minutes. You got a nice piece, a nice gift. And I wanted to show you the variation. Like I said, you could put your favorite essential oil on that, put that around your neck. You can make the chain as long as you want. And then this one here was the original one that I had. I had used the same bail and everything. And that has a pearl on the bottom. So thank you for watching. And I do have a few other videos, some variations with earrings. I have an angel earring that with the heart crystal that I'm posting as well. And I have a gold pair of earrings. But I'm going to be posting a lot more items. But these are easy, fun, and nice gifts. Okay, thank you, and I hope you have a good day. Bye.